Pleasant teaching everyone. So my name is Sumayo, and for today's video we'll be discussing the competitive advantages of service quality in hospitality. Specifically the subtopic that I was assigned with, which is the competitive advantage. So without further ado, let's now start the video. So to formally start with this discussion, let me give you first a small background about competitive advantage. So virtually every competitive organization seeks some sort of advantage over its rivals. That is, it seeks some ways to distinguish itself in the eyes of its customers. The challenge for a business is to find an advantage that is long-lasting and not easily imitated. So the question now, what does it take for a firm to create a competitive advantage? So the answer for that question is that it is not as simple as lowering prices or adding a new feature to a product. Both of these actions may be rapidly copied. In response, competitors can also lower prices quickly. But prices discounting usually comes at a cost if a compensating gain in production or delivery is not found. Without such a change, it is unlikely firms could sustain deep price cuts for very long. Similarly, product improvements add cost to production. The value added of a new product in the eyes of the customer must be equal or more than any increase in price. It is frequently very easy for a competitor to become aware of a product enhancement and analyze it, and then they imitate it. So some firms adopt a follower approach, which they wait for leading firms to introduce new ideas, and when these actions prove to be successful, then the followers quickly move to duplicate them and share them in a market gains. So now let's move to the purpose of this topic. So differentiating a company from its competitors is one of the most critical factors in hospitality. So this topic aims to understand how quality has become a competitive advantage in service quality in environment. So quality can be defined as meeting or exceeding customer expectations. So it is especially in today's competitive business about producing goods or services that are reliable, safe, and effective. Moreover, the subtopic competitive advantage is aiming to emphasize, define, and let the learners understand what a competitive advantage is. And when we say competitive advantage, it is all about to distinguish the companies from its competitors by offering something different of superior values to its customers. So what is my insights about this topic? So it is undeniable that service quality has been revealed as a key factors in search for sustainable competitive advantage. Satisfying and retaining customers has been recognized as an important factor in the hospitality industry. Nowadays, like never before, fulfilling customers' requests remains the greatest challenge. In the hospitality industry, the consumer is not only the part of the actual consumption process, but moreover than often has the perceived service and the quality perspectives. Today's hospitality industry is increasing time poor, more sophisticated, and more demanding. So now, these are the learning objectives for this discussion. So at the end of this lesson, the successful learner will be able to first, define sustainable competitive advantage and its criteria. Then second, able to understand the three determinants in creating competitive advantage. Then to identify the two types of competitive advantage together with the four competitive advantage strategy. In hospitality industry, superior customer experience plays an important role in gaining customer loyalty and achieving a competitive advantage. If guests feel well cared and their expectations are met or exceeded, then it will result in a positive experience and preserve their memories. As a result, it will lead to guest retention and positive word of mouth about your hotel or establishment. So those who receive a superior guest experience are more likely to be recommended or endorse a brand on social media, which makes recommendations to their families, friends, to such that of the establishment because of the quality service that they give to their customer. Besides that, guests are willing to spend more money if they believe and love the quality of service, which enables every business to keep the profits high. So now, what is a competitive advantage? So competitive advantage means something that places a company or a person above the competition. In other words, a competitive advantage is anything that gives a company an edge over its competitors, helping it attract more customers and grow its market share. Moreover, a competitive advantage enables a company to perform better than its competitors. It also refers to the factors allowing a company to produce services or goods better or for less expensive than the competition, which may generate more sales or higher profit margins. To be successful, a company's competitive advantage must generate value for its stakeholders and be difficult for others to reproduce. So, in creating a competitive advantage, there are 6 types of tools or ways or factors that you have to consider. So, first is differential. So, this advantage means you offer products with a more unique benefits than the competition, such as better quality or quicker service. Next is cost leading. This advantage involves the production of goods or services equal to the competitors but offered at a lower price. Then the market focused, which this advantage targets the predefined markets instead of one large market to reach a specific demographic. Next is the brand. So this advantage encourages brand loyalty by offering a unique or superior brand with name, image, positioning, and strategies, or by continuously updating features. Moreover is network. So this advantage refers to the subscription services using member benefits or bonus incentives. Then the last factors in competitive advantage is the resource. So this advantage refers to a company edge because of limited access to resource or materials for production. So what is an example of competitive advantage? So if a company advertises a product for a price that's lower than a similar product from a competitor, then that company is likely to have a competitive advantage. So the same is true if advertised product costs more but offers unique features that customers are willing to pay for. So, ang gani siya, makita niyo nato siya, especially dili sa atong lugar. So, for example, kanang manukan. So, for example, naka-isa ka business nga manukan. Then, sa imong silingan, magtukod po sila business, which is manukan food. And, ang ilang price is tag 30, for example. And imo sad is 25. So, syempre, as a customers, so, di mo pili dito sila sa mas bato because they think man na mas makasave sila nga to. And, when we talk about features, so, for example, sad, imong ganing product is nice po the features, while imong customer is, for example, ang chicken nimo, butangan nimo siyang freebies, or imong ka siyang himo i-add, like, normal nga fried chicken, imo siyang i-innovate into chicken buffalo, which is kanang new features sa imong product. So, syempre, ang imong customer sad is maingganyo po mo buy or butang kilik sa imong product because bago man sa ilang mata o bago po silang taste, which gives an advantage to your business or your establishment. In total, why competitive advantage is important man? So, having a competitive advantage over your competition is essential to business success because it can contribute to higher profit margins. And also, it may help attract more customers more frequently and helps maintain brand loyalty, and also it can add predictability and constancy to your company or establishment revenue streams, which helps to attract more brand alliance, talents, and potential investors. A brand can create a competitive advantage if it has a clear about these 3 determinants. So the first determinant is target market. So the perfect knowledge of who buys from the brand, what they desire from the brand, and who could start buying from the brand, if certain strategies are executed, is essential for the business to create a competitive advantage over its competitors. So for example, a children's toys may have boys ages from 9 to 11 as a target market, the boys' parents as the target audience, and it may also be defined as the consumer segment and most likely to be influenced by an advertising campaign, and the target market is also distinct from the buyer persona. So another determinants of competitive advantage is the competition. So the business should have an answer to this question. So the first one is who is the present competition, and the second one is who could be the perspective of competition in the coming years, and what are the production, pricing, marketing, and branding strategies they're using to develop and market their products. So for example, Apple versus Android. So kabaw naman siya na Apple, Android has nasa sila ka ng competition between gadgets, then the Pepsi and the Coca-Cola, and of course the Netflix versus Hulu. The third determinant of the competitive advantage is the value proposition. So it is a simple statement that summarizes why a customer would choose your product or services. It communicates the clearest benefits that customers receive by giving your business. For example, McDonald's value proposition was written by its founder Ken Kroc, which is McDonald's stands for friendliness, cleanliness, consistency, and convenience. So aside from the determinants of the competitive advantage, it has also a competitive strategy. So what is a competitive strategy? So a competitive strategy is a comprehensive plan of actions of a company which is developed to defend its market position and gain sustainable competitive advantage in the industry. So there are four main types of competitive strategies, which is proposed by Michael Porter. So the first competitive strategy is a cost leadership strategy. So business that follows this strategy sells products or services at the lowest prices in this industry. Small-scale businesses cannot afford to follow this strategy because it requires them to produce and offer products and services at a lower price in the long term. They make less profits on one unit of the product, but as the products are sold at a lower price, consumers demand large volumes of their products, thus leading to a large volume of sales and high revenue. A business needs to have an efficient operation and various distribution channels. Being a low-cost provider leads to a competitive advantage. So example of cost leadership strategy is the Walmart, which they use a cost leadership strategy because it focuses on cutting costs during operation and offers a low-price branded items. So the second strategy in a competitive strategy is the differentiation strategy. So companies that want to gain a competitive advantage by having a unique identity in the market follow this strategy. It allows them to stand out among competitors, and there must be a unique selling point or USP that a company could use to attract more customers and charge premium prices. For example, in the automotive industry, so Tesla has surely made a name for itself. It offers cars that are energy sustainable, high-tech, and environmental friendly. So the third competitive strategy is a cost-focused strategy. So it is like a cost leadership strategy, but the difference is that it focuses on a specific market segment and it is used to offer low-priced items to a particular target market. Companies assess to target segments needs and offer them the good and services at a lower price, since it focuses on specific target markets, and it could increase customer satisfactions and brand awareness. So example is that of this kind of cost-focused strategy is an IT service provider who could offer its service to a market like India, where this industry is growing exponentially. Then the fourth and last strategy is the differentiation-focused strategy. So companies that focus on a specific market while maintaining a standout position in the market follow this strategy. The strategy involves offering goods and services to a niche market and helps the company keep its USP intact. So for example of this differentiation-focused strategy is the Glorious, which is a brand offering a high quality and customizable products for a gaming market. So as the industry is constantly evolving, gamers already have a wide range of products including consoles and laptops. However, the company focused on the brand hardware such as mice, keyboards, and mouse pads, differentiating it from the competition. So to summarize my topic, so overall, competitive advantage is where one business have an edge on other business, or in other words, it is what makes the business stand out from other competitors in the marketplace. So competitive advantage also means that the business can outperform its competition in the market and makes a higher profit. Furthermore, the competitive advantage uses 3 determinants and 4 strategies in order to have a strong business that can withstand and outperform other business. So, in conclusion, the way to generating a sustainable competitive advantage is complex because it involves knowledge-based and resource-based. So there are also factors which needs to be considered in this type of competitive advantage. The need for competitive advantage is that it gives a company a very sustainable and continued service in the market. This is very beneficial positive impact has given to a company and management sleepless moments to ensure that they attain this dream. In addition, this chapter, which is entitled explains the generic business level strategies that executives select to keep their firms competitive. An executive must select their firm's source of competitive advantage by choosing to compete based on low cost versus more expensive features that differentiate their firms from other competitors. In addition, targeting either a narrow or broad market helps firms further understand their customer base. So based on these choices, firms or the businesses or establishment will follow cost leadership, differentiation, focus cost leadership or focus differentiation strategy. And another potential viable business strategy, which is best cost, exists when firms offer relatively low prices while still managing to differentiate their goods and services on some important value-added aspects. So all firms can fall victims to being stuck in the middle but not offering unique features or competitive prices. Aside from that, we must remember that global competition is fierce and intensifies every day. So new market leaders are springing up around the world, including champions from emerging markets. That is why companies must be prepared for competition from firms with worldwide products, cutting-edge technologies, and drastic cost efficiencies. So once again, my name is Martin Sumayo, the reporter of this topic. So thank you for listening and watching my video.